My preference will always be for peace and partnership whenever those outcomes can be achieved. Always. It's always going to be that way. Only a fool would think otherwise. I believe it is God's job to sit in judgment, my job to defend America and to promote the fundamental interest of stability, prosperity, and peace. That's what I really want to do.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, CPI up 0.2% is a good number. And Mark Tepper, right before the number came out, I mentioned oil is down, eggs are down, food is down. We're seeing that reflected. So all that hysteria over tariffs is not showing up in these numbers.
Yeah, the smoke was much worse than the fire. I think we were all expecting a jump in inflation. A big part of that was the drop in gasoline prices. This is very significant for households. That's one of the biggest expenses we have on a week-to-week basis. That drop in gasoline and energy prices, a big deal in keeping inflation in check. And it is in the sweet spot right now, between 2 and 2.5%.
All right, y'all. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're tuning in. I'm grateful to have you here, and we got a doozy today because America is back winning again. Jesus Christ is Lord, always. Trump is president, and these folks I'm about to show you are spot on. The amount of irrefutable facts that get pointed out in this video is what I like to call gooder than chicken. Now, of course, lefties wouldn't agree. They're still acting nuttier than squirrel turds over moves that every legal U.S. citizen should be celebrating, but no, not them. We know how these hypocrites roll, though. We shouldn't be surprised because they love them some delusion and collusion with the devil. And it's like Trump's living rent-free in their noggins 24/7. And no matter what he does, the TDS, the Trump derangement syndrome, is so severe with these people that at this point, I truly believe Big 47 could announce a cure for cancer right now, and they'd still find a way to be triggered about it. So let's keep praying for them to come to their senses before it's too late. Let's continue to pray for our leaders to make righteous decisions, and let's keep spreading the truth. And more importantly than anything, if you don't already, have faith in Jesus and know that God's in control. He's got this thing. He's always dictating what happens, even when we can't make sense of it. The Almighty, the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, all the time, Alpha and Omega. He's got this thing under control. And Romans 8:28 tells us he's working all things together for good to those of us who love him and are called according to his purpose. Amen. Let's get it poppin'.
Liberals are now fighting against low drug prices for Americans.
Donald Trump has just announced that he will be signing an executive order tomorrow that could upend the pharmaceutical industry in the United States as we know it.
Yeah, he's instituting the preferred nation policy, which simply says that you can't charge Americans more money for American pharmaceuticals than any other country. It really is that simple. Because the pharmaceutical companies right now make their drugs in America. They use subsidies from the American people. And then after they make the drugs, they sell it overseas for pennies on the dollar, but sell it to Americans for massive profits. And this policy simply says that whatever your lowest global price is for whatever medicine you made, that is the only price you get to sell it for in the United States. That's reasonable. We are helping pay for the development of these medicines, the development of these drugs. Yet we are being charged sometimes 170, sometimes 1,000 times what they're paying for it in other countries. And all Donald Trump is saying, if you're going to produce your drugs here, if you're going to get subsidies from the government, you do not get to rip off Americans. And liberals are fighting against that.
This is sort of like what Bernie Sanders has always wanted to do. It's exactly what Obama always wanted to do. It's exactly what Bill Clinton always wanted to do. Why is it different when Donald Trump wants to do it?
Because he's actually doing it. That's why Biden could have done it. Every Democrat in the country should be toasting Trump tonight because of this prescription drug. If they were really sincere Democrats and really wanted to help American seniors, but they're not. Look, like him or not, Trump's getting things done, right? Biden sat there for 4 years. It's not what about. It's just giving you some perspective.
Yeah.
And did jack, nothing, zero. Hurt the country in every way you could possibly hurt the country. Trump comes in and says, look, this is a bad deal that Germany has got, 80% less for an American prescription drug, and we're not going to do that anymore. What the deuce is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? And he'll deliver. Trump will get lower prescription drug prices.
Okay, so we can.
And will one Democrat in the country go like this? Will anyone applaud, Leland?
Well,
no.
To be fair,
what's wrong with you people?
The Democrats stand for nothing. Trump is signing an executive order to slash drug prices by up to 80%, and the Democrats hate it. Oh my God, all of the big pharma and drug companies are gonna collapse. Are you or are you not the people that were like, free Luigi Mangione, stick it to the man, we hate big pharma? Well, we only hate big pharma until Trump hates big pharma. Now we love big pharma. It's honestly, honest to God, it is so pathetic at this point. You guys stand for zero. You have no idea what the pillars of your party are. You have no idea what you believe. The only thing you know is that you hate Donald Trump. It is truly comical at this point to watch you guys attempt to operate. I would love if any of you can tell me what the Democrats stand for. I will sit here and wait.
President Trump is granting asylum to South African farmers who are fleeing persecution. Check out what he had to say about it during a press conference.
Because they're being killed, and we don't want to see people be killed. It's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me. But white farmers are being brutally killed, and their land is being confiscated in South Africa. And the newspapers and the media, television media, doesn't even talk about it. If it were the other way around, they'd talk about it. That would be the only story they'd talk about. We've essentially extended citizenship to those people to escape from that violence and come here.
And the media is flipping out about this, and I find it interesting because when we had open borders under the Biden administration and millions of people crossed our border illegally, they had nothing to say about that. Now, Trump is doing it the right way, allowing people who are fleeing persecution to be granted asylum. But see, the problem is these people have fairer skin. And it's not only the media who are flipping out about this. Listen to this. Episcopal Church refuses to resettle white Afrikaners, ends partnership with U.S. government in a striking move that ends a nearly 4 decades old relationship between the federal government and the Episcopal Church. The denomination announced on Monday, May 12th, that it is terminating its partnership with the government to resettle refugees, citing moral opposition to resettling white Afrikaners from South Africa, who have been classified as refugees by President Donald Trump's administration. Now, this is the same denomination that had a bishop give Trump a tongue lashing because of his stance on the border and immigration. So it's interesting that this is the same denomination that is ending their partnership with the U.S. government over Trump's policy to give asylum to South Africans who are fleeing persecution. Trump said it didn't matter if they were white or black or anything else. They are facing persecution. We all know what's going on here. Mainstream media and this denomination are flipping out simply because of the color of their skin. They should be ashamed of themselves.
I'm making this quick video because I'm so sick of seeing people saying, you got what you voted for, huh? I absolutely did. I got everything I voted for, and I'm proud to say that I voted for it. Closed borders, all right? Fewer children missing, which was very important to me because our kids were missing and we didn't understand who, what, when, where, and why. Tariffs. He played the long game and he not finished playing it yet. I hope you went out and bought your stocks because the market rose like 3% in more than one country, including the USA. So I hope you bought them when they were very, very low. Like he suggested, I suggest you go out and buy stocks, you know. So yeah, I voted for that too. I voted for more jobs. I voted for more manufacturing here, which creates more jobs, which puts more money into our economy, which stimulates it and makes us stronger. I voted for women to have women's sports, girls to have girls' sports, and not having to compete with men for that. I voted for that. So yeah, I pretty much got what I voted for. And if he does like 10-15% of stuff that I'm like, I don't agree with that, I'm still winning. Because 85 to 90% is what I voted for. So stop using that as an insult. Because every time y'all say, this is what y'all voted for, I say, I know. Y'all have a good one.
Trump officially did more in one weekend than the previous administration did in 4 years. He got an immediate ceasefire finalized between India and Pakistan only days after the first missile strikes, being the president of anti-war unlike the previous administrations. He got the last of the American hostages that were in Hamas. The previous administration just left there. He signed an executive order for prescription drugs and pharmaceuticals that would drop them by 30 to 80%. He got a 90-day trade deal agreed upon with us and China. They met in Geneva and they agreed upon us dropping our tariffs to 15% and China dropping theirs to 10%. He got all of this finalized in 48 hours. Don't worry, the people on the left and the mainstream media hate this guy so much, they are going to find a way to twist this and make this information become negative. And it's not a surprise when over 92% of the media coverage when it comes to Donald Trump is negative. People on the left will be like, that's because he's such a bad president. Best way to debunk that is our border is the most secure our country has ever seen, and yet they won't cover it. Mainstream media doesn't want to see any type of positivity if it's coming from Donald Trump because he's not a Democrat. But I find it quite interesting. I don't find people complaining about the stock market anymore because it recovered after 48 hours. Yeah, hope you didn't sell your stocks because they're looking pretty good right now.
You guys with this Trump derangement syndrome, you gotta chill out, man. Like, there's nothing that man can do that you will ever give him credit for. Ever. He's gonna lower prescription costs. Wouldn't that be a great thing? Oh, no, we're mad now because there's going to be a supply chain problem because there's affordable prescriptions and now we're going to run out of them. So we're mad. He gets China to agree on the tariffs, chilling out on the tariffs. Shouldn't we be happy? Nope, that's not good enough. Not good enough. He wants to send out the MS-13 gang members. Dangerous criminals. He wants to get rid of them. We're not happy with that. What? This is common sense. This is normal things that we would want done in a country to have a safe, well-operating country, right? Your hate for him is so bad that you would rather see a country just in shambles, complete shambles, with the most evil stuff going on. You would rather see that than just admit it a little bit, just a little bit. You don't have to like the man. You don't have to like his character. You don't have to like any of that. But just admit that the man is a good businessman. He knows what he's doing when it comes to business transactions, which maybe something that we need for once, because the politicians are not doing a great job at running the country. So just maybe, let's have an open mind here, that a businessman who knows how to make things work could do a great job at making a country work. Let's just try to remain open-minded here. Please, cut out the derangement syndrome.
Hey man, did you hear what Trump announced today? Don't want to hear it. That's a lie. Well, I mean, it's good news for the country. Don't you want to hear it? We all know Trump makes things up. He's totally lying once again. Well, I'm going to tell you anyways. I mean, first, he signed an executive order to lower the cost of prescriptions. I mean, that's good, right? Nope, I don't believe it. It's not true at all. You MAGAs fall for everything. Second, he looks like he reached a trade deal with China. China played him like a fiddle. Give me a break. Everyone said he couldn't do that. That's wild, right? He's probably just making that up. Highly doubtful. We'll fact check that later. We'll ask the fact checkers. Well, hey, he got a hostage home. Wait, he did what? He's coming home today. I mean, that is so awesome, right? You mean to tell me he let that one person go when we have an entire war with Gaza going on and he hasn't done anything to save those people? Nothing. Man, just trying to give you the good news. How dare you bring this news to me? Take a breath. It's okay. This is not how I wanted to start my day. You've gone too far. I thought you'd be happy about this for the country. MAGAs will pay for your lies and what you've done. Just relax. I won't handle it. I'm not going to take it. Here it comes. I'm going to snap. Just forget I said it. Forget I said it. Ah!
The Democrats hate the United States of America. Why do they want to see Donald Trump fail so much? Why don't they want to see America win and be made great again? Why do they not want us to have independence and freedom? And why don't they want the republic and the democracy to thrive like never before and go into the new golden age? Because they want control of your life and they want control of my life. And if I have freedom and liberty, then they don't have control of my life. If I run my own business with less regulations, they don't have control of my own life. That's why they hate God so much, because I get liberty and freedom through my Savior, Jesus Christ, and I realize I don't need the government. I'm not just talking about the bozos in office today like Pelosi and Schumer and AOC. Go all the way back to FDR and Woodrow Wilson, my friend. Go do your research and see who fought for the civil rights movement. And you'll find out that the Democrats have been against freedom, liberty, and independence for nearly 100 years.